Obama's son to learn his family's deepest, darkest secret has gone public. Stanley Ann Dunham, yes, that's her real first name, was the mother of Barack Hussein Obama. She was a rural anthropologist and a devout member of the Communist Party and could not abide the color of her own skin, let alone the fact that her family were Christians. At the first opportunity, Dunham married a Muslim man who would father the anointed one, Barack Hussein Obama. After a rocky marriage to the man from Kenya, Dunham married another man from Indonesia, who became Obama's stepfather. He was also a Muslim until he converted to Christianity and denounced communism. That was another breaking point for Dunham, who ended up leaving him and going back home to the U.S. In the meantime, she brought up her son with the same hatred for her own country and its horribly immoral and unjust roots. Lo and behold, Barack Hussein Obama grows up in the land of Lincoln, schooled in the Chicago way, and weaned on the communist breast milk of Saul Alinsky. The chip on Obama's shoulder grew until a time when he knew that he must do one thing: destroy America from within. His policies were anti-white and his emphasis was on reparations for the descendants of slaves. Little did he know that his family held a dark secret: Obama's grandsires were slave owners, too. The Gateway Pundit. Barack Obama's ancestors owned slaves. A genealogist at the Library of Congress discovered in 2008 that Barack Obama's ancestors owned slaves. The Chicago Tribune reported. Many people know that Democratic presidential candidate Barack Obama's father was from Kenya and his mother from Kansas. But an intriguing sliver of his family history has received almost no attention until now. It appears that forebears of his white mother owned slaves, according to genealogical research and census records. According to the research, one of Obama's great-great-great-great-grandfathers, George Washington Overall, owned 2 slaves who were recorded in the 1850 census in Nelson County, Key. The same records show that one of Obama's great-great-great-great-grandmothers, Mary Duval, also owned 2 slaves. The Baltimore Sun retraced much of Retwena's work, using census information available on the website Ancestry.com and documents retrieved by the Kentucky Department for Libraries and Archives, among other sources. The records show that Overall, then 30, owned a 15-year-old black female and a 25-year-old black male, while Mary Duval, his mother-in-law, owned a 60-year-old black man and a 58-year-old black woman. Now that all of the Democrat statues are being torn down in America by out-left mobs, isn't it about time we erase slavery Obama from the public arena? It's not surprising that Barack Hussein Obama's mother's family were slave owners. They were wealthy. They were well-educated. And they were entitled. The fact that Dunham married a black man from Kenya was most likely a devastating blow to the Dunham family, considering their roots. Is it possible that her rebellious nature was tied directly to her intimate knowledge of this fact? Is it likely that Dunham knew that her family were slave owners and, through her liberal university-taught white guilt, thought it better to marry a black man in order to balance the wrongs of her family's past? Only she could answer that question. But perhaps, if she had gotten together with Ben Affleck, they could have compared notes on their past.